And we are live from coast to coast and shore to shore and all around the world. This is Professor Toto. Welcome to tonight's class at the Conservative College. I'm glad to have you here with me tonight. Big show. I thank you everyone for being here. Over 4,000 students tonight. Thank you from the very bottom of my heart. We're so glad to have you here. Now, if you don't mind, make sure that you let your friends know that we're on the air and we're going to be here for about 30 minutes tonight. And I will say this, they're deleting me as fast as we put them up. The one I put up earlier, it was gone the minute we logged off. So make sure that you catch this while we're live. I'm going to try to download it as soon as we get done and upload it to Rumble as long as I can catch it in time. We've got a lot of things to talk about tonight. It's a very serious day in the Republic. It's a day that we have to call one another to action. A leader, someone that is leading people in battle, they have to walk a fine line between urgency and alarm. President Trump walked that line during the coronavirus. He was in command, but yet he didn't want to appear urgent, like he was losing the battle. Do you know why that is? Because Trump had a plan from the beginning of the coronavirus of how to deal with it. And he was not going to deal with it in the realm of emotions and overhyping. He was going to create a plan called Warp Speed and deal with it. Yes. I have all the quotes here of MSNBC, CNN, Fox, and everyone that laughed at President Trump publicly when he said that he would have a vaccine by the end of the year. Dr. Fauci laughed under his breath and said, of course, anything is possible, but not plausible. And Fauci said it would be the middle of next year before we had a vaccine. I'm making a point here.
That's right.
A good leader has to walk that line between being in control and yet causing the foot soldiers to understand the urgency. So I have a challenge in this class tonight. We have an urgent situation, a very urgent situation. My job is not to get too excited about it and to keep you calm, because I realize that people are listening to what we say here at the Conservative College. But the reason we have to remain calm but not lazy is because many people, they know that God's got this in control. Many of you...
That's right. We know that God's got this in control, but we are the voice of God on this earth. God's given us a voice. He's given us authority through Jesus Christ to decree the commands of God. Jesus spoke what he heard the Father speak. So the professor's right here, and we need to be involved. We need to petition our senators to follow through and to remove these fraudulent votes. And it's perfect just the way that Professor Toto does this.
Watching me are people of faith, and you know in your heart of hearts that our president, some way, somehow, in ways that we don't understand, is going to remain in office. That is our faith. That is our belief, because we believe in truth and justice and a God that loves truth and justice.
Yes.
We all know that this was the greatest fraud foisted upon our nation, with coronavirus being puffed up to bring in the mail-in ballot. We see it. We know it. And we are believing in our heart that God himself sees it and knows it, and he always brings justice in the end. However,
and that's true. I've been sharing with people on a future post how my wife had a dream that there were plenty of votes to win the election. Someone asked, how do you know Trump is going to win? Because we have them all recorded here. And when she opened the books, the votes were gone. Fraudulent.
I want to say this to you that you may not know. God never fights a battle without an army.
That's right.
He never fights a battle on earth without an earthly army. God told Israel, I'm going to go before you and fight all your battles. And yet when you read the Old Testament, it was Israel's sons that went out and fought those battles. So what did